Hello there, I'm Sir Classy and this is Essay Tuts, and in this tutorial we're going to learn how to make an Afrobeats type beat. Hit the subscribe button and let's get started. Before we get started, this tutorial comes with a free drum kit and a free MIDI pack that you can use to spice up your production process. You can simply click the link in the description below to gain access, and feel free to join our Telegram community while you're at it after you download the kit. Alright, now let's get started. Alright, so we're going to see how the beat sounds, then we're going to take it apart. So let's listen first. Alright, so that's pretty much how it sounds. It just basically loops over again. So we're going to start breaking it down from the main chords right here. This right here is where the idea all started from. So I'm going to solo it out. And then this is called progression. This is played in A minor, by the way. Then after I played that chord, I layered it with this piano sound right here, the exact same chord progression. This is just a grand piano. There's nothing special about the piano. There are no effects or processing on it. It's just a regular grand piano. And from this region here, this is where the hook really started from. And adding a pad can give it a different texture rather than just adding a melody to make it more, choked. I didn't want to make it more choked up, so a pad just made it feel more like a chorus. So when you're listening, this pad right here, so this part right here just gave it more of that chorus feel, and without creating any more complications. And I did a little bit more pads here again with this melody percussion. Let me solo this. That was only it. And when you use pads or ambient melodies, it helps fill up the space in the beats without causing more melodies in the beat, because when you don't want too much melodies to be in the beat, that it becomes distracting for the artist. It may sound good to you, but it may be too distracting for the artist to actually sing and feel comfortable in the beat. So you don't want too much melodies in your beats, and a great way to get past that is using ambient melodies. So when I play it back and you listen, then right here, I used a synth block. Adding just subtle melodies like this make the beats even more interesting. You don't need to create crazy melody lines for each step of the way. You just need a little bit of juice or spice here and there, and your beat is going to sound really dope. And then right here, this place right here is a reverse part. That is this part that I played here. I simply reversed it. So I rendered it and then I reversed it. So if I play it, but I already chopped it up. So if I zoom in, you can see it's already chopped up, so it can be rearranged properly. It's just playing somewhere in the background to help fill up space. So if I were to turn it off, and if I turn it on, so you can see how interesting it is using ambient pad and melodies for your beats. Then next, I use more ambient melody. So you can see just up to melody notes, nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Then the last part of the melody was where I use guitar plucks here. This guitar sound already came with I didn't add any extra delay. It was already built into the sound. It's from Omnisphere actually. After all these melodies came together, I actually built these melodies as a whole before I even started with the drums, because sometimes I like to flesh out my melody idea. Sometimes I flesh out my entire drums idea, but I started with the melody. I tried to flesh it really far. Then I started adding my drum elements gradually, and I started with this shaker. And after this shaker, the next thing I played was this rim shot. You can see just really basic, nothing complicated going on. Then next added my kick. But for my kick, I used two different kicks just to give it that extra flavor. I used this kick and this kick just to give it different spice. So I used two kicks a couple of times to just give it different variation, but I don't usually blend my kicks together. I don't layer my kicks. I just use it at different points in the same rhythm. And so I didn't use a standard drum roll. I just use a hi-hat roll. That's to show you that sometimes your breaks can be really simple. You don't need crazy drum rolls all the time. You can just make it really simple. Let me open it for you so you see how it sounds. So it's split in between two. Then you can see this is it, and this guy right here. And now onto bass. I used a regular bass synth here. This is from FL Studio stock plugin Poison. So it was just really simple. Just following the chords, nothing really complicated here. Then I added an 808, just a single note 808. All right, so now for the song structure, I have just 4 bars for the intro right here. This region right here is the intro, just 4 bars. Then the verse is 8 bars. And then the hook is 16 bars right here. And then we have a bridge right here. Just a bridge to just usher in the chorus. It wasn't necessary per se, but I just felt like to help dampen to help calm the energy down. So I had to just bring in something more subtle that has a lot more ambience. So I took out the drum elements, the bass, and some other elements from just to give it that softness and calmness while the verse rose in. So it just helps pulls the entire beats together. And then the outro is just pretty much the same thing with the bridge. So it just ends the same way, only that the outro is 8 bars. So you can see the structure is 4 bars for the intro, 8 bars for the verse, then 16 bars for the hook. So that it takes you quickly to the hook and you enjoy the song. Because most times the place that you easily remember the most in a song is the hook. So it takes you there straight up. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to leave us with a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so that people that need this video can easily find it right here on YouTube. And also feel free to check out more of my videos that will help you level up your music making skills. Cheers.